So if you're a Google Cloud user, you probably got an email recently that might have made you do a little bit of a double take. Well, don't worry, because today we're going to unpack exactly what's going on with Google Cloud's big renaming project.
Okay, so this email right here, if this landed in your inbox, you're probably thinking, okay, what's changing, what's staying the same, and what do I actually need to do? Let's just cut through all the corporate speak and get straight to the point. All right, first things first, let's start with the most important part. The bottom line. That way you can relax before we dive into all the nitty-gritty details.
And here it is, the most crucial point. You can breathe easy. Google makes this crystal clear right at the top. You don't need to do a single thing. No scrambling, no late-night configuration changes, nothing.
And this really just drives that point home. Everything behind the scenes is staying stable. Your projects, they're exactly as you left them. Your configurations, totally untouched. And maybe the one you care about most, your pricing? Yeah, that's not changing either. This is purely a naming and branding thing.
Okay, now that we've got the don't panic part out of the way, let's get into what is changing. And we'll start with the biggest one, which is happening in the AI space.
So the first major change is pretty strategic. Vertex AI Platform, a name we've all gotten pretty used to, is now being folded into the Gemini brand. It's officially becoming part of the Gemini Enterprise Agent Platform. Honestly, this is a classic branding move. They're unifying all their powerful AI tools under their star player, and right now, that's Gemini.
And it's not just about AI. Nope. Google is also giving its whole data analytics suite a major refresh. It's kind of like a spring cleaning for product names. This table lays it all out perfectly. We've got 5 key changes to talk about here. Dataplex Universal Catalog is becoming the much more intuitive Knowledge Catalog. BigLake is now just Lakehouse, which, that just makes sense, right? It aligns it with a huge industry term. Then you see Dataproc and Composer getting way more descriptive names. Managed Service for Apache Spark and Managed Service for Apache Airflow. And finally, Looker Studio is becoming Data Studio. The theme here is definitely clarity and just using terms that the industry already knows and loves. So you're probably asking why? Why all the changes all at once? What's the grand strategy here? Let's try and decode it. Well, Google's official line, and this is pulled directly from that email, is pretty simple. They want the names to be more descriptive and easier to understand. Fair enough, but let's dig a little deeper into what that really means. So this really boils down to a 2-part strategy. On one side, they're putting all their chips on the Gemini brand name, which has some serious momentum right now. And on the other side, they're just trying to demystify their data tools. I mean, swapping a kind of abstract name like BigLake for an industry-standard term like Lakehouse just makes the whole platform feel more approachable. It's a classic playbook in big tech, really. When your product list gets huge, you simplify to make it easier for people to see the big picture.
Okay, strategy is one thing, but what does this mean for your day-to-day workflow? The practical impact. Let's talk about that.
The email basically lays out 3 key things you should expect. First, you're going to start seeing the new names pop up everywhere, in the console, the documentation, the pricing pages. Second, the navigation menus are going to get a little bit of a shuffle to group things more logically. But here's the good news. Your bookmarks will still work thanks to some automatic redirects. And third, the SKU names on your bill will be updated, but, and this is super important, the actual dollar amounts won't change. And just one more little detail about the billing side of things, just to avoid any confusion. While those AI product SKU names are changing, the data analytics SKUs are actually staying exactly the same. So no changes there at all. It's a small but pretty useful detail to keep in mind. So that's the whole breakdown of Google Cloud's latest rebranding. It's really a big move towards clarity and brand power. But, it does leave us with a bigger question to think about. In this incredibly fast-moving world of cloud tech, are these constant name changes a necessary sign of rapid innovation, or do they sometimes just add another layer of confusion for those of us actually using this stuff every day? It's definitely something to ponder.